Hey everybody, Stamos lives here with me, of course, always is Mr. 3PO. 3PO, how are you doing this evening?
I'm super fantastic as always.
What does fantastic mean to you? What would?
Well, I'm here. I'm breathing. It's a beautiful sunny day out in Vancouver. We're not under 6 feet of water, unlike Calgary and Toronto. And unfortunately, or fortunately for us, the trains are staying on the tracks. So it's good out here on the wet coast. That's
I'll
kind of
take it.
kind of what it looks
Yeah,
like. Yep.
yeah. It was a sunny, bright day here in Austin, Texas. A nice whopping 100-degree temperatures, but that's pretty typical. Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, you're joining us on Wednesday Night Team Fight, where we're going to watch actual teams battle it out and see who takes home the prize for Wednesday night, I guess. The prize is just us saying congratulations over the cast, of course.
I think the most
Uh,
exciting thing here is that this is our first cast
yeah,
with the launched Dota 2 game.
yeah, that's really cool, right? The launch, of course, going through. I don't know. Do you know when that first round is going out to those players at all?
I believe it already has gone out, but I know there was 23,000 people in queue at one point.
Wow.
And there were over 6 million people playing within a relatively small window. So it's one of those things where, I mean, obviously some excitement about the game. Yeah, cool
Well,
stuff.
speaking of the game itself, I am in one right now. So if you'd like to follow me in, if you haven't already, the teams that we're seeing is we've got 322 Kappa on the Radiant side and UCAP Esports on the Dire side. A couple of bans have been out already, and one pick. We've got a Batrider and a Wisp banned from the Dire team, and Lifestealer as well as Lone Druid banned from the Radiant side. Spirit Breaker was chosen on the Radiant. Strong Strength carry choice.
Very cool stuff. I know you do like a Spirit Breaker. He's a fun character to play. Nothing quite like
He's
seeing one of your teammates steamroll across the map, and you're thinking, "This is gonna be good."
Yeah, he's one of my favorite heroes actually in the game. I really enjoy playing him. I think he's incredibly powerful and just a lot of fun. He's definitely a troll hero against caster types, which is enjoyable in its own right. I'll tell you my favorite story actually that I've had in Dota for a while. I was playing with some friends, and one of them came back to save me from like a three-man gank. And when he came back, my charge came back up. So he ran in to try and save me from this three-man gank. I was all alone. I just charged out, and he got stuck and died. I don't know. It's random stuff like that, but it was hilarious because I was just like, "See ya," and he was like, but, but I was here." And I'm gone.
So we've got a British team, it looks like here, UCAP Esports, which is kind of interesting, versus 322 Kappa. I have no idea who they are.
That's a sorority team, I think.
Oh, yeah?
No, I'm just kidding.
I guess that
They,
would make them Greek, and I'll be here all night.
well, and that's what the cap is, right? It means K, I think. I suppose it doesn't mean K. You know, my Greek lettering is.
I'm just shaking my
Never
head
mind.
quietly here. So we've got Shadow Demon and Gyrocopter up on the Dire side, Spirit Breaker and Rubik out for the Radiant. Also banned, Tree Protector, Dark Seer, and our delightful friend Lena.
Lena Inverse. Rubik, always a really fun choice. We see him a lot, I think, in these games. He's fairly powerful in team matches, I think, because of his versatility. That would be my guess. His versatility as a caster. Shadow Demon, another player that we see, or another character that we see quite a bit, as well as Gyrocopter. And I think Spirit Breaker is really just kind of the wild card out here right now.
Gotta say, kind of excited on the test realm. We're seeing Abaddon is showing up, which
Mm-hmm.
is kind of cool, and both the Mac and the Linux client are coming out soon. So we may actually try streaming from. I've got a massive one of these gigantic iMacs sitting here next to my PC, and I may try to stream from that at some point. We'll see how it goes. XSplit does not work with it, but we'll find a way.
So what you're saying is that it's a Big Mac.
It is a Big Mac, yeah, yeah, and I don't know. Would my iPhone be the side of fries? I've got nothing.
I was wondering what the special sauce was, and I really actually probably don't want to know.
Depends on the websites that you surf, my friend.
Heyo, that's disgusting. Puck, one of our choices for the dire side, another character we see quite often in these team matches. Nature's Prophet out with a band. Excuse me, a ban. I don't know. That's kind of a weird character removal on my part, since Nature's Prophet typically just kind of stays out of the fight anyway, does his own thing, plays a banjo and jumps into that jungle.
That's because he's in the band.
Yeah, he's lead singer.
As we wait with bated breath. So, a couple of tweets out here this afternoon. I'm so ready to play Abaddon by Purge. Kind of excited. Very cool look for the character. He's got a sort of a Nyx-inspired helm. Obviously, Frostmourne no longer called Frostmourne, called Mistblade, to avoid the copyright infringement, trademark infringement, just general irritation of Blizzard. And yeah, kind of a cool look for him. There's some high-definition pictures on Reddit, which I was checking out earlier. Really sort of a neat look.
He is one of my favorite characters. I was sad that it's been so long since he's being released. I really enjoy him, and I really think that he's fun with Omni Knight, actually, because they have this kind of multi-slow thing going on. Abaddon, if he holds true from Dota, has a slow with his melee attack, and Omni Knight, of course, has his aura that slows people's movement speed as well. Makes a really nasty combination. And of course, back in Dota, you got the good version of the Paladins, and then you had the evil version as well. So it was kind of fun. Luna chosen for the Radiant side.
And who doesn't love Luna?
I don't know. It's the voice. You gotta love it. Nova.
Every time, without fail.
Nova.
And there we go again. So who have you been playing this week?
Nothing, honestly. I haven't played much. I did play Saturday. I played a good solid, almost 5 or 6 hours, and seemed to get stuck with Timbersaw, actually. And I had never really played Timbersaw before. I tend to random when I play, as you know. I don't really choose specific characters. I think it's just kind of more fun and more challenging for me. But Timbersaw is awesome. Just incredibly, incredibly powerful hero as a caster, basically. That's what he feels like, as a very strong caster type. And nasty damage. I don't know. Have you played Timbersaw yet?
I have indeed. And I have failed mightily with Timbersaw because my skill shots are terrible, and I just seem to be able to not pick the right trees to sort of latch onto.
So, well, what's interesting is the latch attack actually was not something I did a lot. I did it mostly to get away, or maybe early on to get a couple of some really good hits early on. But once you get his ultimate, it's just a matter of turning that on and turning it off again. It does so much damage, getting into the right position and then running up with that Q attack that just kind of glaives across, especially if you can catch people near the trees. It does true damage if you hit them when a tree is nearby. I was wondering, actually, how much a Nature's Prophet would be fun with him on the same team, where you've got that true damage being kicked out, as well as just a Nature's Prophet being nasty in general. I don't know. It's probably not a huge advantage, but sounds fun, at least.
And there's the irony of playing Nature's Prophet with
Timbersaw. Yeah, of course.
The only more ironic combination, obviously, would be Treant Protector, but there it is.
If you really think about it, Nature's Prophet probably knocks more trees down than anybody else in the game.
But he gives them life. He gives them a chance to be free.
They die. They die 30 seconds after.
Hey, better to shine brightly than not at all.
I don't know about that.
No?
No, I don't think it's a matter of shining brightly. Those trees were fine until Nature's Prophet comes and uproots them. Uproot and after them.
Would you not want to live sort of an exciting experience just briefly and then be turned into toothpicks? Or would you want to sit there for decades and just kind of chill out, be like, hey, look at that. A little bit of photosynthesis today. Got a lot done. Yeah?
Yeah, probably the latter.
I don't know. Just seems like the life of a sap to me.
No, I wouldn't hedge my bets on that one, friend.
Eh,
Uh, we
we
should leave this behind.
really need to branch out.
Let's truncate these now. Maybe put a stab to them.
Fair enough. I'm not really sure what the root of the problem is, but we'll move on.
Well, you sound like Bush. That's like a really mean thing to say, but it makes no sense. Keeper of the Light banned, by the way, on the Dire team, and Leshrac. Interesting ban, in my opinion, on the Radiant side. I don't really see a lot of Leshracs in these games, do you?
Not a lot, no. But
Yeah. In fact, I think that in the past 2 months or so of us doing this, it's been about 2 months, I think, maybe a month and a half, I have never seen a Leshrac in play.
and this is why banned.
He's banned all the time. I don't think that's the case at all.
So we've got Weaver out and one final pick. Less than 40 seconds to go here. We are into reserve time.
We're going to see a tri-lane, Gyrocopter, Shadow Demon, and I guess Clockwork. Weaver probably going to be alone and solo for the Dire, as well as Puck in the middle. That would be my guess.
Solid call.
Up top, well, for the Radiant side, so I think we're going to have a tri-lane for them too, maybe. It's hard to tell. I'm guessing Luna would be in the middle. Nope, Templar Assassin's in the middle. Well, I could see her down bottom with a tri-lane support, so I guess we'll just have to see.
So here we go.
I don't know how they're going to play the Radiant side. It'll be interesting. I think they have a lot of options available for them. Just real fast, we have a request. I'm going to go take care of this on Facebook for the live link to the Twitch. So I'm going to go take care of that real quick.
All right. And they are off with the Dire team heading down to the long lane as a group. Should be interesting to see where they're going with this as they head out with pause on the game.
Alright, I think we got that taken care of there. A lovely Snickers commercial is showing for me. Yeah, it looks like Spirit Breaker is a little disconnected there.
If you gotta be disconnected, a little disconnected is always the way to be.
Significantly better than all disconnected. You know the difference between them. The only thing you can do with all disconnected is strip their clothes and look for loose change.
So it is, and Spirit Breaker is back. Let's hope that that sticks out. Up top, we've got Lone Druid, Templar Assassin mid, Rubik, Spirit Breaker, and Luna coming bot lane to face the juggernaut that is the Dire team.
They do have some smoke here, so we'll see if they're going to pop this smoke. Puck's like, oh, don't forget. No. And here we go. Spirit Breaker's going to get... He's like, oh no.
This is a bad scene.
I better get out of there.
Yep.
Shadow Demon wanted to get that disruption off, but I don't think he was able to actually snag it. And if you look, Luna's just hiding down in the corner like, please. Please help.
Leave me be.
They don't see me yet.
Clockwork just kind of hanging out there by himself, you know, content to do what he does. Some wards in hand, a little bit of smoke, and battle points all around.
Nice to see some compendium purchasers. I've been gathering my player cards, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them besides gather them. Really cool ward out there on bottom. Do you see that?
I do indeed, and Spirit Breaker face checking the trees there to see Clockwork waiting for him.
There's that Smoke of Deceit. Nope, it's actually an invisibility rune. Excuse me. And they may be in a little bit of trouble. They don't realize that he's there. Clockwork.
And there is that disruption. Clockwork's here. Gyrocopter's here as well. It looks like Rubik is trapped underneath the cogs, and we will see him smacked and smacked. So it looks like...
Gyrocopter didn't get close enough to use his rocket barrage there. That was kind of an interesting exchange on his part. If he had, I think he was trying to get to the other side, but wasn't able to do so. If he had gotten that off, we would have seen an early first blood.
Seems a bit of a shame. It seemed coordinated, but felt a little sloppy in execution.
Yeah, it was. What's strange is they have this really powerful tri-lane here, but they're not using it up top, which is typically where we see our tri-lanes. Instead, they're using it down bottom, which is, I think, what we've been seeing a lot of failure with that. So I don't know. We'll see how it works out for them, but they don't have a lane to pull, so they're all sharing this experience down here.
Right now, some very aggressive play from Puck and from Lone Druid up top, pushing close into the towers, and we'll see Puck retreat.
That's the Beastmaster.
Did I say Lone Druid? Good lord.
You did. You did.
It's twice in a row. It's Wednesday. I'll let that be.
Wednesday night, screw-up night.
It's going to happen a couple of times. I can feel it.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Lone Druid Beastmaster. Which game are we playing again?
They look similar. They have E in their name.
Was that ban out on Lone Druid earlier? It's stuck in my head. So Puck taking a bit of damage, obviously. Templar Assassin using that refraction to the best of his/her abilities. And Weaver just picking away at not Lone Druid on the top lane.
Yeah, the character who is not Lone Druid is, I think, we're going to have a little bit of a tough time against Weaver. He is, of course, not necessarily a ranged hero. And on top of that, you've got the Shikuchi going out, which is really just a constant pressure being pushed out there.
Templar Assassin bottling up that regeneration rune. We're going to see the Dire go here on Rubik again. Or pardon me, on Luna, I beg your pardon. And that was just a straight first blood. It was disruption, cogs, and straight up right-click damage with a little bit of rocket barrage.
Yeah, it is a really nasty combo. I don't know if overall it will work out for them unless they continue to get a lot of kills. They're going to have to really put some pressure on, get a lot of kills early on with it. That being said, there's not really a lane pull going out because of that ward that happened early on. The Dire had warded that lane. And so Rubik here is level 1, if you notice. Sphere Breaker is only level 2. And everyone on the Dire team is up to 3. With the exception of Gyrocopter. And he just hit, of course, as soon as I said that.
Looks like Puck might be in a bit of trouble here with Templar Assassin finally getting the best of him. That regeneration rune actually came in very handy. Templar was down just a touch, popped that rune out of the bottle, and it made the world of difference chasing Puck down and putting an end to him.
Now, Puck not yet purchasing any sort of rune capability here. By that I just mean the bottle. Usually your mid carry is going to carry that bottle so that they can rune stay in the middle a lot longer and even actually go and get some kills.
Some really strong rune control again from Templar Assassin, picking up that illusion rune, so we'll see that pop out fairly shortly, I think. This is an aggressive lane. There's Puck again taking that right click damage, phasing out, and it's just continuing to come.
Yep. Yeah, and a lot of that meld does so much damage. Puck took some nasty hits there. Weaver up top, only level 5 against Beastmaster 6. So a little bit of good play by Beastmaster there, and a fairly even exchange overall. Weaver is very close to there. I'm going to go ahead and take a look just real fast at the last hits and denies. Templar Assassin just with a commanding lead.
And we're seeing Luna locked down again with disruption inside cogs now. There it is again. Clockwork taking a bit of damage there, stuck inside the cogs himself, and just taking a bit of punishment from the Radiant team. But that's 2 in a row for Luna.
Well, remember that Luna is not an early game hero. That's just the way she is.
I learned to my consternation a few months ago.
Yeah.
There was some swearing. I think I may have hit the keyboard a few times.
I think you had to purchase a new one at that time. I remember that night.
I prefer to think of it as just acquiring a replacement. You know.
It was at the time we were thinking of switching my name to Stamos Nearly Died.
Yeah.
Due to my slight trolling of you. I don't know,
I
but
think so, yeah.
Luna is definitely not an early game hero, but later on she can turn very nasty and get out of control. And what you're seeing here, by the way, Templar Assassin and Beastmaster both actually have really solid farm. Templar Assassin sitting on 38 kills, creep kills, 14 denies against Puck, who is sitting on 8. He has 8 creep kills altogether. That's just a commanding lead in mid lane. Beastmaster with 36 over Weaver, who only has 26. Not a significant advantage, but still it's 40 times 10, about a 400 gold lead.
A little bit of counter warding going on there from the Dire side.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
They also managed to scoop up that illusion rune in the bottom lane, which Templar Assassin, like I said, has been making that back and forth trip quite regularly, and was looking to do it, coming face to face with 2 members of the Dire, Shadow Demon, and I believe it was Clockwork at the time.
She's coming up to give a little bit of love to Weaver here. Probably a waste of her time, ultimately. I would think that Weaver's not getting the best of farm. He's not a huge threat at this point. Killing him's never a bad thing, though. But I would think that going bottom would be far more valuable for her right now. Try to get Luna some farm. Here she goes. Stun is out. Weaver takes a ton of damage from Meld as well as Beastmaster's ultimate.
And there's Shikuchi, and ta-da!
Yeah, it manages to get off the time lapse as well, generating his max hit points back. Time lapse is Weaver's ultimate ability, allowing him to go back to about 2 or 3 seconds. Actually, I think it's 5 seconds. Let's see. Yeah, it's 5 seconds earlier from where he was. So if he was full health 5 seconds ago, he gets all that health back. Really nasty ability when mixed with his Shikuchi, allowing him to get away.
And here she comes on Puck. And Puck will illusory orb away. Chugging a bit of that bottle to get some of that health back, but that's going to be terrifying. You see Templar Assassin pop out and come to make life difficult for you. Coming to grab another one of those illusion orbs. Weaver giving chase to Beastmaster here is a little bit low on hit points. Speaking of which, Templar Assassin going bot, and she is going to run into the entire Dire team.
Which she can do.
Poison. Yep.
One character who can, it would be her. Spirit Breaker charges in. Lots of damage being kicked out now. Templar Assassin went a little bit too far back and just let Spirit Breaker die there, though. You know, they had a really good fight on their hands, and she left. Yeah. She really probably should have stayed. I think she could have easily have killed Clockwork off, and probably Gyrocopter as well.
There was a 2-for-1 there with Luna, so package that up, add some McNuggets and a milkshake, and that is a supersized meal for the Dire team.
I don't think there was even a 1 there. I think that it was just a 0 and 2. Oh,
sorry, I'm saying it was a 2 for the price of 1 kind of.
Oh, yes, yeah, no, that's.
Rubik was the toy with the Happy Meal type of deal, and it looks like Spirit Breaker's coming in on. Oh, there's the call down, and they will catch both. 1. Nope.
Yeah, Beastmaster came down, popped his ultimate there as well, and looks like Shadow Demon was able to teleport away amazingly.
Some stronger team play from the Radi at that time. But leaving Puck and Weaver to farm up here on top, and they're starting to claw back. 24 last hits now for Puck, and 47 for Weaver.
Yeah, Puck is still fairly far behind TA, but you're right, Weaver did actually just surpass Beastmaster, although he's probably not too upset getting that assist kill.
I get the feeling that Puck knew that it was time to back off here just a little bit, recognizing that Templar Assassin and Beastmaster were going to be coming top. And ooh, there's a delicious double damage, which she'll bottle up.
which will be incredibly nasty for her. If she can get a really solid meld off, she can catch Puck in a nasty position with one of those glyphs. Her glyphs give her a really, really unique opportunity. If you look at those runes, she's able to basically scout those. She doesn't even really need the help of Beastmaster's Eagle, even though he's using it. And the Blink Dagger purchased for Templar Assassin already. 10-minute Blink Dagger.
It's time for some aggressive play.
It will happen.
Let's take a quick look at the gold graph here.
Yeah. Pry that thing open. And nothing too extreme here for gold. About a 600 to 700 gold lead by the Dire Tide. And that's mostly of those 2 kills that they have an advantage.
Weaver might be in a bit of trouble here. We're seeing Beastmaster come in, and there is that time lapse. He's already used Shikuchi, and this could be it. Spirit Breaker is just on his way. Templar Assassin comes in. Double damage fired up. There's right-click damage. They don't even need Spirit Breaker. He is done like dog's dinner. Shadow Demon teleporting in, and we will see Templar Assassin go after it. Right-click. There is the charge. Knocks him down, and Templar Assassin finishes him off.
That double damage rune coming into play there. That was pretty awesome. Spirit Breaker's charge switched to Shadow Demon right as one of the creeps died. And I think we may actually see our first tower down too, as there's a lot of damage being kicked out here by Templar Assassin and Beastmaster. Spirit Breaker coming in to get some of that love too. And there it is. First tier 1 tower dropped. The game is now even, by the way. 12 minutes, 6 and 6. I bet you're going to see that gold graph spike up significantly towards the Radiant side now.
Unfortunately, we missed a bit of a kill there. Then we're going to see the ultimate out from Puck onto Luna as Rocket Barrage pops out to finish him off. We will see a teleport in from Spirit Breaker as Puck and Gyrocopter are making a move on that tower, but not enough to really make it happen.
So Spirit Breaker did something here that I never really enjoy.
Well, he's about to die with a little bit of silence and Rocket Barrage. That was a bit of a cheeky move there on the part of the Dire team, and it paid off. Sorry, continue.
No, that's okay. It was kind of a mistake on his part for even being down there without any really protection or anything. But if you look at his abilities, he picked up Greater Bash. He's got 3 points into it. That's kind of a mistake. The fact is that, yeah, it gives you a little bit more damage, but you don't need the amount of damage that it gives you at this point in the game. What you really want is that empowering haste, in my opinion. I find that if you get that by level 4, so what I usually do is I'm 1, 2, and 1 with him by level 4.
We will see Clockwork come in and engage the Radiant team as they're looking to push that tower down, and it's just a wash as they run straight over him.
Oh yeah, and that second tower drops.
Yeah, Abiento.
So anyway, typically, so he's level 5 now. I would be 1, 3, and 1 with those abilities, having 3 points into empowering haste. Gives him great dive ability. You don't need a lot of points into that bash until later on in the game. And we're going to see Shadow Demon drop pretty fast here.
There's the charge. Templar Assassin comes straight in on Shadow Demon. She's going to go a second time. There's a silence out from Puck. And
trying to get away.
Puck does make it out with the illusory orb, but that was a 5v3 and really just did not turn out well. Puck deciding to re-engage. Taking a bit of damage from Luna. We'll see the illusory orb come in to do some damage to Rubik and actually managing to get the kill. Luna straight up against Clockwork. We're going to see with Shikuchi, Weaver comes in and manages to secure it. This is down to Spirit Breaker right now, and he is fleeing, but this is over for him. It's real.
Yeah.
Tried a bit of a juke around the trees, but Clockwork was...
He tried to charge. Something failed with his charge. I didn't see what exactly happened there, but I don't know if you noticed, Templar Assassin left. He went and tried to prevent Weaver from pushing up top, and then Luna, Rubik, and Spirit Breaker were like, oh, we just killed them, lad. I'm going to stay. Huge mistake on their part, though.
Seems like some very strong play right now from Beastmaster and from Templar Assassin, with the rest of the team not necessarily showing the same sort of strength. But we will see Luna and Rubik come bottom lane with Spirit Breaker as Beastmaster heads mid to go head-to-head with Puck. Misses with the illusory orb on mid lane as the Dire team continues to march on. I think they're looking to take this tower here. It's I think they're feeling hungry.
Oh, they're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Beastmaster's coming down as well. I think this fight favors the Radiant side. Just from Templar Assassin's pure damage.
Clockwork hobbling away slowly.
Charges out on Shadow Demon.
There's Cogs, and he will catch Shadow Demon. Clockwork stuck inside Cogs, popped up with Telekinesis. The ultimate out from both Puck and... we will see Gyrocopter take the life of Beastmaster. Templar Assassin may be able to get away here. Illusory Orb out on Templar Assassin, but not going to catch her. And the rest of the Dire team trying to chase her down. They really need to put a stop to her right now. Telekinesis out on Clockwork.
This would
Weaver
be a
looking
mistake.
to chase Rubik.
And
We'll
Gyrocopter drops.
There's a charge out on Clockwork right now, and it doesn't look good. This looks like it's going to be a kill on him here. And there's a bash. And right click.
Puck managed to get away there. Rubik did, in fact, fall. Looks like to Weaver. That dive on Templar Assassin was a mistake. It was a great bait on her part to stand around and kind of prepare for it. She has so much ability to soak up damage.
There's a blink in on Shadow Demon as he tries to teleport out, even with... didn't even need the illusions, that was it.
Yeah, that was great. So that was fantastic because she had that ward there, right? And this is the importance of wards. Shadow Demon went down there, not aware of the fact that he was already in like ward territory, was able to be seen.
Templar Assassin coming straight in on Puck. There's a call down out. We're going to see her blink away. Meanwhile, Weaver is playing chicken with Beastmaster.
Anyway, she blinked in and secured that kill.
Some great mobility with that blink dagger, just in and out. Shadow Demon's looking to bring the pain here on Clockwork again.
Luna just getting some free farm right now. She is pushing too hard, though. She needs to not be auto-attacking like she's doing.
And there it is. Telekinesis out on Shadow Demon. He will get popped up. We will see him disperse himself. A little bit of health back. The Dire team just feels completely disorganized right now. There's no focus. Not able to really defend themselves. Taking plenty of damage, getting scared and running off. Meanwhile, the Radiant team is operating fairly well as a unit, pushing together, aside from Luna, who's doing her thing.
Yeah, doing what she should be doing. She should stay in that lane and actually probably try to get that tower down. I think she's heading into the jungle. That's not too bad.
So right now it's really come down to mobility and rune control. You know, when you get down to it, Templar Assassin's really been rocking the runes. Both she and Beastmaster, along with Spirit Breaker, who has made some questionable choices but is still charging at the right time. It seems like there's communication there saying, I'm going to go, be ready. And when he does, they do.
Yeah, the Radiant team early on really didn't know how to respond, though, to that tri-lane. And the tri-lane for the Dire side, that would be Shadow Demon, Gyrocopter, and Clockwork, were really able to capitalize on their damage and control. So it'll be interesting to see if the Radiant can pull out of that, mostly by Templar Assassin kind of carrying. Note that she is level 14 already.
Charges up on Gyrocopter, and he is looking to make a getaway, and charge is cancelled. Looks like Shadow Demon's getting really sick and tired of losing those runes. Just hanging out there. Puck, right now, overextended past the river. And we will see tons of delicious damage. Blink in from... Good lord. There is the ultimate out on Spirit Breaker, who was a little bit out of position and will possibly pay for it. Will pay for it along with Clockwork. We're going to see the call down out on Templar Assassin. Gyrocopter stun. This is just a back and forth fight here. There's Rocket Barrage. We're seeing Templar Assassin now confronted by, along with Rubik, confronting Gyrocopter, who's making a getaway. There's the blink, and that will secure the kill. That was a tough one there for Gyrocopter. It looked like he really had it. But teleporting to bot lane by Templar Assassin, really just not caring. You know, I'm low on hit points. I'm going to take these creeps and walk them away so you can't take my tower.
Oh, remember refraction. She's got that to level 4, so she could take 6 instances of damage without actually taking any real damage from it.
We like to call
So,
that the honey badger move.
indeed, she just does not care. And once again, at 20 minutes, we have an even kill match right now. So, a really, really good match between these two teams, I would say. Lots of pushback. The graphs jumping up in favor of both teams.
Whoo! The pain train is coming. There is Weaver getting smacked by that charge. We're going to see a Lucent Beam out from Luna, and we will see Shikuchi away. He's just going to go straight into that jungle and take it on. Mid lane, we're going to see the under-leveled Shadow Demon Puck and Clockwork up against Beastmaster? Question mark. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter top lane looking to push back, see if he can keep that tower healthy.
Looks like Radiant swinging up to assist Beastmaster here. Note that they still have, Radiant side still has their middle tower, so they have a lot more ground to fall back under. And there's a double damage rune that she's picked up once again. She's also level 16, so we're going to see some massive damage here.
Level 16 versus, where are we? Level 7 for poor Shadow Demon. That's,
Yeah.
You ever see sausage being made?
Just grinding, right?
And here we go. We're going to see our first Roche of the day.
Well, but they know this, so this could be a mistake with everybody up. We'll see if they're able to get him down, or if the Dire team is going to chicken out here.
Well, they know that Weaver is going to be, up top there. There's that illusory orb. Puck not following through with that, though, probably for the best. Diving straight into that is not a good choice. It's, they're going to... Whoa.
Puck picked up the Aegis.
I love it. He's going to pay for it here, but that was dead cheeky. Well, we're actually going to see Luna take a bit of damage. There's Call Down out, and it's going to catch them. That was a double kill with Rubik and Luna. We're going to see Templar Assassin claiming Shadow Demon, which was a foregone conclusion, really. Gyrocopter trying to get away. 2 for 2 there.
A noble effort, I would say, by the Dire team, especially Puck. But and the call down was great. That was more than a 2 for 2, though. That was 4.
Yeah, no, that was 4 for 2. I beg your pardon. Yeah. That was.
Yep. So it was actually kind of a big mistake on the Dire team to engage there without Weaver. Weaver was down at the bottom. He decided that tier 2 tower was more important, and opted to not assist the rest of his team. He probably could have gotten there in time too. They knew well in advance that Roche was going on.
I think from a morale standpoint, stealing that Aegis was great, but actually seeing 4 of your team drop probably was not the wisest choice.
Yeah, the call down by Gyrocopter was fantastic as well. Did tons of damage there. Managed to finish off, I believe, Rubik and Luna.
That was delicious. DRV sec. Fair enough. So let's take a little bit of a moment here to take a look at that XP graph. It has swung back in favor of the Radiant team.
Yeah, I think most of that's Templar Assassin. She's so far ahead of everybody on their team. Level 17, level 14 is the highest on the Dire side, so that's pretty significant. Now there is a little bit of evenness in terms of the rest of the team. Rubik only being 8, Luna only being 9. I would like to see Luna just stick to a lane and get her farm. She doesn't need to be in these fights, and she could actually be quite a force to be reckoned with if she were to do that. Right now, however, she is 2 and 8, so she hasn't really done too much. I think that the Dire team put a huge gamble in their tri-lane. So,
and that's the tough thing. I mean, I think when you go into a match with a plan and it doesn't necessarily work out the way that you need it to, the key is obviously being able to react and adjust your strategy on the fly. Not being able to determine that, hey, maybe Puck's in a bit of trouble. Maybe we shift this around a little bit. Weaver was holding his own top lane, so it's one of those things where what sort of rotation do you work there to start getting the team back on track?
Well, and they needed to have shut Templar Assassin down. So maybe sending 2 of them into the middle lane for a gank or something, trying to shut her down more would have been ideal. On top of that, Puck may have been able to purchase sentry wards, do something so that he could actually still do damage when she's melded. But I didn't see that action. Granted, I don't think people go to that thought, but had he maybe had the sentry wards, was waiting to place them, then his team swung around, you could have seen some nasty kills on Templar Assassin. Right now, she's 15-0.
And that's the thing, it doesn't look like they're really making her a priority. It's difficult, obviously, because when you've got that refraction, if you do focus fire there, you lose valuable seconds where you could be taking someone else out of the fight. But that really is a coordination issue where you see that go out, or you see her meld, and you've got to be able to switch on the fly, know who you're switching to, and also have that person in play. So it's a tough thing to work with at the time.
Yeah. Likewise, though, the Radiant side right now is putting kind of all of their eggs in one basket with Templar Assassin, I feel. That's why I want Luna to go farm. That would be the ideal thing for her, because if she can actually get some farm, become a force to be reckoned with on her own, then they're not going to have to worry about them just countering Templar Assassin to win fights. Frankly, a Scythe of Vice and a couple other nifty items to just crowd control her puts Templar Assassin out of the fight long enough to get kills.
Fair enough. So it looks like Luna is having a PC problem. This is why I'm excited for the Mac client. But bum. It's actually kind of exciting to see, though, because obviously, when you've got Windows as your sole platform, you're dependent on a lot of different things, and most of all, you're dependent on Microsoft. Being able to stretch out to Mac OS X and Linux is, I think, a great move for Dota in general. Being able to bring more people into the fold, let people use their primary platform of choice, something that I'm always in favor of. I just really like my Macs.
So, what type of soap do you use?
But wait, there's more.
I guess I could just look at the box you're standing on.
That's right.
Bam!
Nice, well played.
Got you, buddy. Got you good. I'm going to take a drink. My throat is a little parched right now. Hope you don't mind.
LZ. So we will be back again tomorrow night, for those of you watching at home. We will be back with, it's going to be Titanic Thursdays this week, as opposed to Titanic Tuesdays. So
it can't happen that way. We got to call it something else. I'm kidding.
No.
It's got to be like Lusitania Thursday or
Would
something.
you believe that was exactly what I was thinking, was Lusitania Thursdays?
It could be Bay of Pigs Thursday. Does that work?
That's more of an American thing,
Excuse me, Canadians are American as well. We're all on the North American continent.
Not really. We just let you think that.
That's what you told me when I was up in Vancouver. I specifically remember being there. I was like, what do I say when people ask where I'm from? Because I can't say I'm American. That's offensive. That's what you said.
Yeah, I told them just hide your shame and pretend you're Canadian. So.
Wait, I thought that you were shamed. I'm confused.
Well, we're not shamed. We're sorry. Good time. So definitely looking forward to
the Canadian Dota League. Well, we're sorry that you ganked us.
Looking forward to next month. You and I will both be on location in Seattle for the International.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a blast.
It's gonna be a good time. I was heartbroken actually. I went to go buy another one of my favorite style of Dota 2 hats, and it was out of stock in the store. So hopefully they will have some there when I'm in person, because that is the hat that I rock all the time.
I think they only have one style, don't they?
Nope. There's two. There was the red international one, and then there's the gray on black.
Gotcha.
The gray on black is the one that I really like. It's understated, it's subtle, and every once in a while you'll find somebody out there who's like, "Is that a Dota hat?" And you're like, "Yes." Do you play? And they're like, "No."
They mean yes. Yeah. That's a no means yes sort of thing. Yes. They don't want to admit to it, because if they do, they have to rage on you, because that's what 75% of what Dota players do, right?
Here we go. We're back into it. Weaver coming straight up against Spirit Breaker in mid lane, and he is going straight for it. There is a bit of right click damage, and he's after him. Bit of plague.
Spirit
Spirit
was
Breaker.
not ready for that.
No.
Think he was maybe not around or something when the unpause happened.
Yep.
Something.
Oh, he was on it. He was just not prepared for that much ferocity from Weaver right off the bat. Decided to charge a creep bottom lane to make
No
things
bad
happen.
there.
We're going to see Clockwork just pop right in, straight in on Luna. Call down is out. Not going to catch anybody in that. And they're continuing to go on Rubik here. There is the heat-seeking missile, which will bing stun. Weaver comes in, right click, right click. Clockwork's continuing to pursue. Blink in from Puck, and that will be that. Templar Assassin coming to make people's lives a misery here.
You have to ask yourself, why were they there? I know that they were trying to protect the tower. Both of them are not nearly the level to do that right now.
Oh,
Level
Shadow
8.
Demon. Oh, Shadow Demon. You poor, poor thing. Templar Assassin just following him into the forest and saying, "Good night, Gracie." Top lane, we will see Beastmaster fended off by Weaver and Clockwork as Gyrocopter and Puck head back there. Now, there is just a complete visibility on Puck and Gyrocopter. Right now, Gyrocopter heading bottom lane to protect that tower. We can take a quick breath here because that was some fun stuff.
She's getting tons of farm off Shadow Demon too.
Oh yeah, it's a buffet right now, and Shadow Demon is the main course.
Yep.
And again, it's a positioning thing. Like every time Shadow Demon has been alone, Shadow Demon has died. So if you were Shadow Demon, and perhaps Weaver here, there's Shikuchi into the secret shop, a little bit of juke, and making a getaway. Look at this. Hey, oh, there's that
The
Warnote.
glyph.
Glyph.
Yep.
Shikuchi again. Do. Spirit Breaker is saying, "Hey, I want you. Let's do this."
Giving a couple love taps there and then running off.
Yep.
After the,
Oh, and there's the
back to charge.
charge. There's the stun, Shikuchi, and Weaver's like, you know what? No, not today. Look at Shadow Demon again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alone.
But see, Luna's doing the same
Oh.
thing. Luna's sitting here trying to do some team fights. Bottom lane, she has tons of farm she could be getting. And they're just letting Gyrocopter farm right now.
Please, he is great at this hero copter.
That made me falafel.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
you're
you got the entire Radiant team minus Rubik, top lane, invading their jungle, smoked up. Oh, Clockwork. Oh, this is going to be so bad for you.
in the field of pain. Here comes some love touches now by Spirit Breaker.
And there's
Oh,
just
yeah.
enough of that bash and Lucent Beam and dead. He got X for you.
Poor Clockwork.
Yep.
He became a clock broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, your Greek jokes, they don't curry my favor.
What?
I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, we have books of puns that we just turn the pages to whatever subject comes up.
I like to think that The Last of Us is actually canon, and the puns that are read in that game are from a diary that I keep.
Unfortunately, you will never be in Colorado or Boston or any of those places.
Bastin.
Boston.
So, like I said earlier, moving as a team. Look at this. It's beautiful. It's like if this was synchronized swimming, these guys would get the gold.
Well, I don't know about the gold. I don't see a Beastmaster, excuse me, the character who is not Lone Druid.
The
being
artist
somebody-
formerly known as Not Lone Druid.
Guess what's happening?
Oh, Tower. It was good doing you. There's the flare out, and there's nothing. There's Shadow Demon again.
Oh, wow. He just fell down dead on my screen. That's all I saw. I think he tripped over some branch.
Clockwork decides to
there.
go in, caught in Cogs by himself. Puck's got some people pinned down. Rubik really couldn't have gone anywhere, didn't go anywhere, didn't need to go anywhere. Gyrocopter is here. This is Massacre. It's
Yeah, yep. Well, and you notice the Templar Assassin picked up a Daedalus. Daedalus, of course, giving her that critical chance and a massive amount of critical damage, on top of adding to 81 to her just overall damage. She's sitting on base right now, so I think when she doesn't have
pulling
meld,
straight in on Weaver there. That was beautiful. Pardon me.
Oh, he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he's just honestly great mobility from Weaver
There
there.
he goes.
Made a lot of strong moves, but it
Yep.
just really again when the
Well, he's not
entire
working.
team is on you.
Yeah, well, he's not working with his team, right? He's out off on his own trying to push towers. I don't think I have seen Weaver fight with his team except twice,
Yeah.
and when they did fight together, it was great. But this Templar assassin is out of control. I mean, she's upwards to 300 plus damage or more. Like it raises whenever she goes into that meld status, right? She gets a bonus of 200 damage when that happens. It's crazy.
That Desolator's not hurting her at all right now either. Every
Plus,
strike, obviously,
yeah,
making
she's got
it more
Desolator
fun.
too. Desolator just so nasty.
Okay, here we go. Charges in. We're going to
Yep.
see a bit of a blink, I think.
That's
There's
the
the blink,
initiation.
and it's just that was a 3-hit
Oh.
kill. That was so bad, Clockwork's kids felt that. It was.
The tiny little clocks.
Yep.
Clockmakers
Pocket
are
watches.
feeling it. Yeah, right. Those little hipster watches that people wear with the giant leather bracelets.
Yep. Swatches everywhere twitched at that moment.
Yeah. I mean, that was just disgusting. She ripped him several new ones.
And there's Max from Beastmaster, Blinken from Templar Assassin takes out Puck. We're going to see Spirit Breaker, our resident victim on the Radiant side, taken down, and we're going to see Weaver taking care of Rubik. Luna down from Weaver as well. That was actually a fairly decent pushback, I gotta say. Thumbs up.
Okay,
Dire
but
side.
so you say that, but guess who wasn't in the fight at all?
Shadow Demon?
Templar. Templar's out. He wasn't there. So like he did nothing. He hung back, and those three people would have ended. I don't know why.
Can we just pour one out for Clockwork? Because that just happened again. Weaver's hungry now. Weaver he wants blood. He's
not
looking.
gonna fight.
No.
Yep.
Well, maybe.
He's gonna
Refraction's
fight
up.
his own blood.
Oh.
She's invisible right now. Look at
Looking
this.
for
Oh,
her.
he thinks he's on
There's
Roche.
Shikuchi. The invisible titans clashing here. This is what a chuckle.
And Weaver's not close to being the Titan the Templar Assassin is. Look at this.
This is going to end
Perfect.
badly. There's Shikuchi again. She's just going to sit right on top of him. A little bit of tower love. Glyphs
There's the
out,
glyph.
slowed down.
Trap not gonna be enough to slow him down with that Shikuchi, but she will take that farm. Look at that stack.
This
She's
is what
getting
I love about
crits.
Dota, though, is they're not giving up.
She's getting crits of 1,000 total damage. That's disgusting. Right now, that is nearly an instant kill on Shadow Demon.
Here we go. There's Clockwork coming in on Beastmaster's lion friend. Great boar. Is that a boar?
It's a boar, yeah. It's like a giant boar cat thing.
We'll call it a bork. I like
It's
borks.
definitely not a bear. And he's definitely not a druid, though.
Okay, there's Luna face checking the vanguard of the Dire team. There's Weaver mid lane, not with his team. I'm shocked.
Not
I'm appalled.
His team. Uh-oh,
And
Buck's in trouble.
here it
No, he
comes.
decided against it. He did a little minor juke there. They pushed him back. They're probably going to see this tower drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that damage to that tower. Wow.
The question is there anything that you could do at this point to push back against this Radiant team?
Specifically the Templar Assassin. I do, but I think it's something that you had to have started doing a while ago, which was start building the Scythe of Ice.
Ooh. Almost got that. Did they? They got the courier. Hello. And we will see them come straight in. Rubik taking a ton of damage. Call down is out. We will see Weaver finished off without his team once again. They are focusing down on Templar Assassin, but it's just not happening right now. Clockwork stuck in those cogs with her. She will blink out.
Which she didn't need to do. She probably could have just stayed there and ripped them a new one.
Loosen beam out on Clockwork, taking down a little bit more damage. And it's
Spirit
just,
Breaker charging in.
there's Clockwork down. We will see Spirit Breaker popped as well.
This is going to be a full team wipe here. Yep, there it is. But the buyback by Puck.
Yep. And of course Roche is up, so why not, right? Right.
Oh yeah. Puck maybe going to try to steal it. They have to know that they're on Roche right now.
Yep.
Yeah. Too late though.
No luck, no joy. They know where Puck is. And
Luna picking it up.
running
And she's
away.
finally getting some pretty good solid farm there. Spirit Breaker running around with the Armlets and the Urn of Shadows. Armlet is an interesting choice for him. I don't think I would choose that before Mask of Madness. That Mask of Madness giving him a ton of ability to gank people and get some really good kills. He is definitely, though, going for a build to initiate, so I guess it makes sense. Templar Assassin, of course, with just a completely stacked build right now. Beastmaster carrying the Vlads for the team.
The year 22-0. It's time. It's time for a rapier. It's
You think
time
so?
to be ridiculous. You're 22-0.
Bravery! Gyrocopter's out. Oh, she picked up a Monkey King bar. That, of course, makes it so that nobody in no tower can dodge her attacks. Gyrocopter here. Let's see. Nothing too significant. Home of the Dominator and a Black King bar. BKB definitely saving her. BKB also just now finished by Luna. Let's see what else we got for items. Puck has a Blink Dagger and an Ultimate Orb. Probably, hopefully, trying to build that Scythe of Ice. Weaver with the Demon Edge.
Who was rocking the Lincoln Sphere earlier? I saw a Lincoln Sphere.
That's Weaver.
Is that Weaver?
Weaver.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's a great item on Weaver. I mean, it's a great item on anybody, really, but especially for a strong carry like him. Shadow Demon with absolutely nothing significant whatsoever.
Well, I don't
No-
know. There are a fair number of tombstones littering the field with his name on it. I'm
But
sorry,
he's
that
not-
was derisive, but
He's not carrying those in his inventory, though, is he? Well, maybe he is. He's just dropping them.
what do you have to show for yourself? Wounded pride.
And take a look at that gold graph, by the way.
Hello.
Fairly even. And then a roller coaster. And I think we're going to see that tier 3 tower drop up top.
Yeah, there's really
So
not a lot
much
to be done
damage.
here. There's the glyph out. A little bit of a flare out from Hirocopter.
Yeah, Weaver kicks out his swarm as well. But with the amount of damage that Templar Assassin can do, I do not think they're going to be able to defend this in a stand-up fight.
Yeah, without having some sort of way to lock her down.
Yeah. And they don't. You know, they have 2 CCs maybe, or 3. Depends on what you consider power cogs. Not really a crowd control, though.
Hmm.
I mean, it can be early. Wow, Puck taking a huge hit there.
Gyrocopter taking the same. BKB out on Luna. We shall put him down. Clockwork is just taking the damage. There's Lucent Beam. Will zap away straight into Spirit Breaker, who is muted by Puck, who's going back to the well. Pinned down. We will see Spirit Breaker and Templar Assassin. Weaver now Shikuchi away from Beastmaster and Luna, trying to run for it. Might actually.
Oh, Rubik's gonna fall. No! Tower pops him. But look at this. Templar just... Hi, Tower.
Take the tower? Why
Goodbye,
not?
Tower.
Weaver back to the well. The lone member of his team. Shadow Demon's up. That will save the day.
Gosh! I don't know why you're so mean to the Shadow Demon. He's learning from the 3PO school of playing a hero.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Shadow Demon, you must die more to be at my level.
That's right. Seriously, I know bad, right? And I'm actually disappointed in how bad that is being done here, so...
I had a game of Shadow Demon the other day where I actually carried. We lost because you can't really carry as a Shadow Demon,
Mhm.
but I think I was 8-5. That's impressive.
Yep.
We had a really bad team. Nick the Slayer. Luna finally getting a little bit powerful. Does have that ultimate orb, probably building that Manta style. In fact, definitely is with that Yasha in her inventory. Templar Assassin can immediately kill creep waves, by the way. They just fall over dead.
Stunned by the heat-seeking missile, which does no damage, and
When did she buy a butterfly? I didn't even see her buy that.
there was the Eagle Song just came out and had the
She
pieces
just
just
got it.
delivered. Yeah,
Yeah.
literally just now.
Wow.
Because, why not? There's that Manta style for our good friend Luna. And the train kept rolling all night long. There's Weaver top lane, rocking it out, pushing that lane. Really going to make a
She's
difference at this point.
600.
Blinked in
Oh
by
my
Templar Assassin.
god. Three crits all in a row.
Yeah. Let's play the game. Who is the next to die? It looks like in this case it's probably going to be Weaver.
Yep, he got caught. And here goes
Blink
Puck.
in on Puck. That was one.
Puck was able to blink out.
Yeah.
Yep, he got away. She's just tanking towers.
Yeah,
Why not?
As you do. I can take it. And she does.
She does, after all, have 400 base damage right now.
See, now that could have been 600 base damage had she gone with a rapier. I'm just saying. Weaver has decided to quit. Probably done elegantly. There's Puck, and there's no Puck. I would say that was probably a calm resignation on Weaver's behalf.
I like to imagine he flipped his desk.
Yeah.
That Templar Assassin. Always a fun character and hero to see, and she just railroaded these guys.
Yeah. This is why you don't game on a laptop, because that thing would have ended up in the ceiling.
Here's the thing, besides Beastmaster, who's 2-1, by the way, everyone else on the Radiant team has a significant losing record. 3-9 Rubik, 6-10 Luna, 3-6 Spirit Breaker.
They call it Carry for a reason. This was like Carry the movie. Instead,
On the shoulders of giants was the Radiant team carried.
The bucket of blood was dumped all over Templar Assassin. That was that. Well, folks, that was one hell of a team fight, by which I mean it wasn't at all. What we saw here was the antithesis of Teamfight Wednesday nights. We saw solo play from Weaver and solo play from Templar Assassin, showing us just how powerful it can be when you are a carry and stay with your team, and when you are a carry and you don't. Golly. What say you?
Breathe. Breathe, 3PO. Well, let's go into MVPs. Who's your MVP?
Do we even have to
Shadow
ask
Demon.
at this point? Yeah, Shadow Demon, right? No, I was really pleased with Beastmaster there with a positive kill-death ratio. I have to say, the fact that he didn't embarrass himself completely was really well done.
Yeah, there really is only one choice for MVP this game. It's kind of sad that it has to Templar Assassin, I feel.
Yeah. Obviously, I feel bad for Shadow Demon. It seems like this, I don't know, maybe just was a bad game, bad match, bad afternoon, but like positioning was not strong suit today.
So he's obviously your Darwin Award, and what I think happened here is they went into this match with a very strong bottom lane, and their goal was to try and get as many kills from the enemy tri-lane as possible, right? The problem is that, I think there were a couple. So they were ahead for a while there, if you noticed, of the other tri-lane, but they didn't swing to middle at all. They weren't paying attention to middle at all. Puck was giving up kills. Puck was giving up creep kills. He got owned. I mean, he just got completely rocked in mid, leaving Templar Assassin to have so much farm by like 10 minutes in. The game was over, They made a gamble on their tri-lane. Their tri-lane didn't get enough kills. They didn't feed Gyrocopter enough or give him enough farm, and that's all she wrote. So I think that's the story of the game, is a very, very weak opening by the Dire team, even though it was strong in terms of like the beginning intro kills, because they were ahead, I think, by 5 kills at one point. If you go back and look at the replay, they had a fairly significant lead, but no conversion, And as you said, I think Clockwork, Shadow Demon both constantly out of position. Constantly.
Yeah.
Weaver never with the team. I mean, just I don't know. I don't even know what was going on in his head, but you can't do that as your carry. You got to be in those fights and protect your team members. And Gyrocopter he tried. Not enough. So a resounding victory by Kappa there, of course.
Kappa capped UCAP on this
Indeed.
particular match.
Skinks 224 with some, I believe, Chinese. I think, I don't know. Anyway, Kappa 224 or Skinks 224, really winning the match this game. 30 kills.
Skanks 223 through 227, very pleased of their brethren.
So, yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's Wednesday night.
Interesting
fight.
match, fun to watch, fun to cast. So thanks for joining us, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. This has been Team Fight Wednesday night. So please join us tomorrow for
Lusitania Thursday.
we will see you then. I am 3PO.
And this is Stamus Lives. Take care, everybody.
It's been marvelous, people.